Good morning. It's me, Vicki Marie. And I thought I would make this video to show you the Nicola Bulley Inquest. So we were talking yesterday about Nicola Bulley's inquest. It's coming up now. Things are going to start to happen. We will get some answers, at least, whether they'll be the answers that we think they should be, or I don't know. But at the end of the day, we know we're going to get answers. The inquest we saw yesterday, the inquest has been extended to 2 days. So there's obviously a lot of witnesses going to be called, or a lot of information that needs to come out that Mr. Aidley felt that he couldn't get through in 1 day. So it's been extended to 2 days. So, of course, Mr. James Aidley, he's the coroner that's dealing with this case. And I think I have up to now, I do have faith with him. I think he's faith in him. Looking over some of his work and just things about him, etc. He obviously knows what he's doing. So we just have to wait, cross our fingers, if you like, and wait to see what the final result is. But something I just wanted to show you today, I know a few of you, probably quite a lot of you, are thinking about or would like to go to the inquest. So the Lancashire County Council have now announced on the coroner's website that to attend the Nicola Bulley inquest, you have to apply. You have to apply to attend. So we're going to look at it now and see how you can apply to attend. I would imagine, to be honest, unless you're a relative or a friend or have some connection, you're probably not likely to get a place. But, it's always worth applying if you'd really like to go to the inquest. If you want to apply, this is how you do it. So you have to go onto the Lancashire County Council website, into the section that deals with deaths and coroners, and you'll see it will come up inquest hearings. There's just a list of the inquest hearings that are coming up this month, and this was not on there yesterday because I was on there yesterday researching for the live that I did last night. So this has only appeared either at I don't know when it's appeared, but it can't have been up there very long. So the inquest into the death of Nicola Bulley. Oh my gosh, I bet that they've never had to do this before. I would imagine, I'd be very surprised if they've ever had to limit an inquest before. Anyway, it says, due to limited capacity in the council chamber, members of the public and press are required to register their interest to attend the inquest. So then there's a button to press, apply to attend. So we're going to go in there. I'm not applying to attend. I wouldn't go even if I was in the UK, but that's just me. Okay, coroner's inquest attendance application. The inquest touching upon the death of Nicola Bulley is being held at Lancashire County Council's council chamber on the 26th and 27th of June, commencing at 10 a.m. Lancashire County Council has responsibility for managing everyone's safety within the council chamber and county hall. Although an inquest is a public court hearing, the number of members of the public able to attend is limited by the size of the court. Members of the public who wish to apply for one of the 70 allocated seats, so there are only 70 seats, should complete the following form. Please note, only one application should be made per person. Accredited members of the press who wish to apply for one of the 38 allocated seats should email media@lancashire.gov.uk. So then it asks, are you applying as a member of the public or the press? Just having a gulp of coffee there. Yeah, quite early in the morning here. It's 7 o'clock. Are you applying as a member of the public or the press? So I'm going to go into the member of the public. I'll just make sure that you can see this yet. Okay. In order to apply to attend the inquest, you must confirm you have read and accepted the conditions of entry into the building. So let's have a look at the conditions of entry. They're quite lengthy. So, terms and conditions for entry to County Hall, Preston, for attendance at Coroner's Court. Now, I'm sure there's got to be a police presence there that will be making sure that these conditions, I don't know, making sure that these conditions are applied. Now, I don't know in the UK, oh gosh, it's that long ago that I went to the inquest that I went to. I don't remember if I had to walk through any type of security. Here in Spain, if you go into any of these kind of buildings, like court buildings, you have to go, there's security guards with guns at the door, or police, and you have to go through like an airport type security, you know, where you put your bag through the whatever they call it, you know, you put your bag on the conveyor belt and it goes through and they check the inside of it. And what was it I had in there one day that they pulled out? I think it was a torch. I mean, you know, I had to go, I can't remember what it was about. It might have been for interpreting for someone. And they put my bag through, and, you know, I had a torch that when I go walking the dogs early in the morning when it's still dark, because it gets lighter here later than it does in the UK. A little torch, you know, that I take with me, and that came up, and they sort of pulled it out, had a look at it, took the batteries out, made sure there was no bomb in it, and but you know, I like all that because that makes you feel safe, doesn't it? I want them to be careful. I'd rather spend half an hour waiting at security while they check everything thoroughly than them just waving you through, and then you don't know who they're waving through and what they've got with them. And it's same, so for anything like this, contentious things, because yeah, you know, there are some idiots out there who would quite like to disrupt this or any other sort of public type thing that might attract a lot of attention. Okay, so terms and conditions. Due to the increase in press interest into the death of Nicola Bulley and the various posts on social media threatening disruption of the inquest. What's wrong with these people? What's wrong with them? What they're doing, going on social media threatening disruption of the inquest? God, you know, if that was, it doesn't matter what you think. That is somebody's mum, somebody's daughter, somebody's sister. Would you like that if that was your family? That was your family and it was an inquest. You know, we talk about the case, of course we do. It's different talking about the case over the internet than to actually turning up at the inquest and disrupting it or causing problems. I'm just beyond even thinking why anybody would do that. Now, if you want to go and do a nice vigil outside for Nicola, peaceful, quiet, not threatening disruption. So anyway, due to the increase in press interest into the death of Nicola Bulley and the various posts on social media threatening disruption of the inquest, additional measures are necessary to safeguard the safety of those attending the inquest. Lancashire County Council reserves the right at its absolute discretion to refuse admission to any person or eject any person from the building in which the inquest is being heard, if it considers in its discretion that person's behaviour or conduct is causing or is likely to cause, without limitation, damage, injury, nuisance or distress to others. This does not affect the coroner's powers of contempt of court. All persons wishing to attend the inquest in person must be over the age of 18 at the date of application and apply via the web form and be in receipt of confirmation of an allocated place. Failure to follow this procedure will result in refusal of entry. It's going to be a very difficult day, I think, for everyone. 3, all persons must provide photographic ID. So now remember this, if you do decide to go to or apply to go to the inquest and you do get you know, an allocated place. Sorry, just let me have a swig of coffee. You must take valid photo ID with you. And it will be checked against the list of those who've been allocated a seat at the inquest. Now, in Spain, we always have to carry photo ID. So, you know, but I know in the UK you don't. So remember, if you do get a place and you are allocated a place and you go, you must take some sort of photo ID. And photo ID, there's an approved list below, which we'll look at. I mean, you know, I've just got so used to, you know, in Britain, they make a big thing about carrying photo ID. I like having my ID. I like the fact that other people have got to carry their ID. I think it makes you feel safer because, you know, it's easy for the police to identify criminals, etc. And, you know, if you've got nothing to hide, why would you worry about taking your ID? Right, I'm just going to put my dogs in the bathroom because I can see they're going to bark. Come in. Come on. It's coming to that time where everybody's walking their dogs. Go on, go on. And then that makes, yeah, it's coming to that time when everyone's walking their dogs past the house and my dogs start barking. So I'll put them in the bathroom so I don't get disrupted. Yeah, so photo ID. So that'll be a passport. If you haven't got a passport, well, we'll look at the list further down when we get there. So failure to provide a valid photographic ID will result in refusal of entry. You know, and perfectly correct that, because otherwise anyone could turn up and say they're you, couldn't they? Number 4, allocated visitor lanyards and passes should be worn and displayed at all times inside the building where the inquest is being heard, and failure to wear the lanyard and badge may result in expulsion from the venue. In order to ensure a safe environment and to ensure prohibited items are not introduced to the site, our uniformed security officers will conduct a search of you on person. Your clothing, bags or other items, if you do not wish to cooperate in any search, you will be refused admittance or removed from the building in which the inquest is being heard. Then it goes on to talk about the following items are prohibited within the building in which the inquest is being heard. Number 1, any device capable of recording, capturing or live streaming audio or video, including but not limited to recording equipment, mobile phones, Google glasses, computers and tablets. So you can't even take your phone in there. Now, so be aware of that, because if you do go, because you've got to have somewhere to leave, you know, you're going to want to take your phone on the journey there and the journey back, etc. But you must have a place to leave it. I don't know if they've got places where you can leave things. Any items or banners which may cause distress or disruption to persons or the proceedings. Number 3, any items which are or may be illegal, including weapons, bladed articles, drugs and other controlled substances. I mean, you just can't even believe they've got to put this on, but anyway. Number 4, any liquids may be subject to a sip test, where you will be asked to take a drink from the bottle to confirm the liquid is not of a nefarious nature. Goodness me. Number 5, bags larger than 40 times 30 times 15 centimeters. Exemptions are allowed for medical purposes. Number 6, any other items which Lancashire County Council or their security staff believe may cause danger or disruption at the inquest, regardless of whether or not they are illegal or carried for a specific purpose. Number 7, all prohibited items must be surrendered before or upon entry to the council offices. Failure to surrender any prohibited items will result in refusal of entry or ejection from the building in which the inquest is being heard. So I wonder, they must have a place there where you could, because anyone who'd not read that, maybe they must have a place where you can leave things and collect them afterwards. Yeah. Number 8, all prohibited items identified will be stored securely by LCC for the duration of the visit. All items will be returned on exiting the premises. Number 9, no filming, recording, live streaming, or acts of a similar nature are permitted within the council offices or council chambers. Any persons to be found doing so will be removed from the building. Number 10, it is the responsibility of visitors to keep personal possessions safe at all times, as LCC will not be responsible for the loss, damage, or theft of any items. And number 11, with the exception of guide or assistance dogs, no animals are permitted within the council offices. Any persons wishing to attend with a guide or assistance dog are required to make this known at time of booking for assistance. Then it goes on to your required ID. So these are the ID that they will accept. A UK or Northern Ireland photocard driving licence. A driving licence issued by the EU, Norway, Iceland, Liechtenstein, the Isle of Man, or any of the Channel Islands. A UK passport. A passport issued by the EU, Norway, Iceland, Liechtenstein, or a Commonwealth country. A PASS card, which is National Proof of Age Standard Scheme. A blue badge. A biometric residence permit. Oh, I don't know what that is. I suppose that's foreign people get those. I don't know. A defence identity card, MOD Form 90, a national identity card. Well, that's what I've got here. You're resident in Spain. Yeah, everybody has to carry photo ID. It doesn't matter what nationality you are. It is illegal to walk around without photo ID in Spain at all times. Not only when you go into these places. If you get stopped by the police for anything, whether it's I don't know, they stop because you're speeding, or the first thing they'll ask for is your ID, whether it's in the street, in the car, wherever. Your ID. It's just common knowledge. It's just accepted. A Northern Ireland electoral identity card, a voter authority certificate, an anonymous elector's document. You can also use one of the following travel passes as photo ID: an older person's bus pass, a disabled person's bus pass, an Oyster 60 plus card, a freedom pass, Scottish national entitlement card, a 60 and over Welsh concessionary travel card, a disabled person's Welsh concessionary travel card, or a Northern Ireland concessionary travel pass. So that's all the information about what you can take in, what you can't take in, etc. So we're going to go off that now and go back to the application. I confirm I have read and understood I'm not going to go on and apply. I'm going to take it as far as I can without actually applying, just to show you how it works. So I'm confirming that I've read all the terms and conditions. I'm confirming that I understand that recording or broadcasting of the inquest during the proceedings is forbidden and may constitute a criminal offence. So basically then you go on to fill out your name, etc. And I won't go any further than that because I'm not applying to go. Yeah. So if you are thinking of going to the inquest, you have to apply. And, get your place confirmed. Now, it's a little bit contentious because I know a lot of people want to go. I would say to people, don't go to the inquest unless you if you apply and you get a confirmed place. Yes, of course. I mean, that we would all want to go because we all want to know what the coroner is going to say, and we all want justice for Nicola for whatever happened. But I would say if you don't get a confirmed place, don't go unless you're unless you're planning a nice silent, peaceful, respectful vigil or something like that. Don't go and disrupt the inquest. Don't go and shout things even at PA or whoever who might be going in. I mean, because we don't know who's going to turn up to give evidence. It seems like there are going to be witnesses called, there normally are. Inquest people are normally asked to go and give evidence. So I would just say, please, unless you have got a place, don't go in, because it's not fair, because we don't know who is going to be there from the family. I don't know if Nicola's mum and dad will be called. They might have to say what happened the night before, or a sister might have to say about the text, or I think it'd be very distressing. I think you just have to think how you would feel if that was your family, because we will find out what happened. I know it's not the same as actually being there and hearing it, but we'll find out one way or another. You're allowed to go in there and take notes. I'd be there with my notebook, writing it all down like as quickly as possible, even though you can't record it, but you can sort of note down all the main points, etc. And of course the press will be doing that, so that's what the press will be there for. They'll be very interested in this inquest, and for the ones that there'll be a lot of press there, and that, so it will get reported back. So that would be my recommendation, but it's up to you, obviously. But unless you've actually got an allocated place, it's not really to go. I think I would not go unless I had an allocated place. So let's see what the inquest brings. So I'm going to do a live tonight, as usual. It's Friday Night Live. We'll probably be talking about this. Also, I have sent another email to Andrew Snowden, because he's just really annoyed me. But when I say I've sent an email to him, someone from his office replied to me, and I've sent an email to him via her. Anyway, I'll show you that tonight on the live stream. I just wanted him to know, how irritated everybody is with him, and it will matter to him, because his career matters. So he won't, when he comes up for re-election or whatever happens, he won't say anything. I don't think it would change anything, but I just wanted him to know and not think that he's so smarmy, isn't he? And he's so cocksure of himself and just thinks he's great, and he's always blowing his own trumpet. I just wanted him to know what people really think of him, in a polite way, of course. So we'll have a look at that tonight, and if anything else comes up as the day goes on. What was another bit? Oh, so, and as far as Maddie Kingsbury is concerned, it has been confirmed officially, because when I talked about yesterday, the remains had been found. Her remains had been found, or so they thought, but they didn't have, the official confirmation. But they have officially confirmed now. We might have I might upload that. They had a press conference. There's not much more information in that. There's a lot of, it gets to a point now where, because now the criminal proceedings are starting against her ex, it gets to a point now where there's a lot of no comments. Because they can't comment, because they can't prejudice the trial, and we have to understand that. Because otherwise, by the time it comes to the trial, like what happened with Laurie Daybell, so difficult then to find jurors and things that they think won't know about the case, or won't, will be, if he doesn't plead guilty and he takes it to trial, they're going to have to try and find a jury. And if there's too much information released beforehand, his lawyer then has a case to say that, oh, the jury's not impartial because they already knew this and they already knew that. So there'll be a lot of it now from the police will be no comment, and that's just the way it is. But at least we know that, although unfortunately Maddie is not coming home in the way we would have liked her to come home. At least she is coming home. And at least now her parents can rest knowing that horrible man is not going to get the custody of those children. The children are safe. You know, these things are important, even though it is a tragedy as what's happened, but at least that man is now behind bars. And yeah, you know, it seems that the police officer that finally found Maddie's body, he was on his own, you know, so they must have been sort of dotted around. They probably were all allocated a certain area. I think the area may well have been looked at before. There was a lot of speculation that it was on some family land or whatever, but the police said it wasn't found on any land belonging to the family, though it is not far from where Adam's parents live, but it's not actually on their she wasn't actually found on their property. So yeah, she'll be on her way home soon. Like, you know, they'll be able to give her a proper burial and you know, celebrate her life and that, and resolve that side of things. Sleep easy at night knowing that they're not going to be fighting a custody battle, because I think it was this week it was all supposed to be going back to court. It was and in the end it hasn't, so that's good news. So yes, I'll see you tonight on I think I'll be doing the live stream at 7:30 European time, which is 6:30 UK time again. Hope to see you there, and we'll talk about me having a go at Andrew Snowden and any thoughts you've got on the inquest. And I mean, it's a good idea that they've invited people to apply to attend the inquest, because you know, they couldn't just let it be a free for all. I was wondering how they were going to control it all, you know. So yeah, it's good that they've done that. And if you want to go, apply and see if you can get a place. They're very limited places. I expect there'll be a lot of interest. 70 places, I think it was, wasn't it? So if you want to apply, you need to apply quick. Okay, so I'll see you later. And remember to always live and love very carefully. And until I see you later, may your God go with you. Have a really good day. Thank you.